Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Michigan versus Michigan State live commentary stream. It's one of the big games in the Big Ten here. It is sort of a standalone game, so I figured I'd get back into commentary. I'll do some play-by-play, and we'll see how it goes. But this is a tremendous opportunity for somebody to take control of the Big Ten. Both teams are sitting at 9-1. Among some of the other teams at the top of the Big Ten, we've got four teams up there, and you know all the teams have played each other so far in the top four except for these two, and they again will meet later in the year on the final day. But tonight, it's Michigan, Dusty May, and the Wolverines heading across the state to play Tom Izzo and Michigan State at the Breslin Center. Um, Michigan have come into this one as slight favorites, 2.5 right now. It was a little bit less a little bit earlier, but this is a going to be a really good one. Michigan State has won um, 7 in a row coming into this one. A close call at Rutgers where they hit a big three to force overtime in which they won. And then Michigan, on the other hand, is 19-1. They have won 5 straight since they lost to Wisconsin. They have had a few close calls, um, notably the win against previously undefeated Nebraska. They were down the whole game. Nebraska was down a few players, but it was the Wolverines that got across the line. So, not many surprises here in the starting lineups for the teams. The starting five for Michigan has been the five that they have rolled out there every time this season, to my knowledge. Eli Cadeau, Namari Burnett, Merez Johnson, Yaxel Lindenborg, and Adai Mara. A lot of height there. So Michigan State, has some height of their own here. They've got Carson Cooper, Jackson Kohler, Cohen Carr, Divine Ugochukwu, and Jeremy Fears Jr. We will probably see a lot of Kohler and Cooper on the floor at the same time for Michigan State tonight, because Michigan will likely have at least two of their three bigs on the floor at all times. And, at times they'll even have all three, which we're going to see here going into this one. But Michigan State in that last game against Rutgers, it was sort of the Jeremy Fears show. 29 points, including a 16 of 17 from the free throw line. That was important to get Michigan State across the line. They'll get some, minutes off the bench from Fort, Tang, Ward, maybe Scott. But yeah, they'll probably cut their rotation a little bit shorter tonight than maybe they've gone in the past. And Michigan will bring a couple players off the bench too. Will Cheddar, LJ Kaysen, Roddy Gale, Trey McKenney. All of them will probably get into the double digits for minutes. But it should be a really good one here. Now, Fox has gone to commercial, and now they are back. So it appears that they're finishing up the player introductions. So we will stay with them here until we tip this one off. Tom Izzo giving his final instructions to his players. It's Gus Johnson and Bill Raftery on the call tonight. I believe Gus's first basketball game this year, if I'm not mistaken. Looks like a tremendous atmosphere there at the Zone. Both teams do have a lot of balance in their scoring. So you can see the starters' numbers there on the screen. Lendenborg and Fears leading the way for their teams, just over 14 points. So you're going to see a lot of players in double digits, and just about everybody in both rotations, playing a significant role in this one. They are showing the two coaches here. Dusty May in his second year at Michigan. Tom Izzo in his 27th year at Michigan State, I believe. Have to fact check that. 31st season as head coach, so I was wrong there. But it looks like we're going to get ready to tip this one off. We are underway, and it's Michigan that controls the tip. Cadeau has it. And a couple of off-ball actions. So they get Merez a post touch on the block. Merez fade away from the logo is short. And it's a run out here from Michigan State. Fears bumped by Mara, and that's the first foul on Michigan. So an early whistle there on Michigan. It's Tom Izzo's 71st birthday today. He is 8-1 on his birthday. I believe 3 of those wins are against Michigan. See if Michigan State can convert on their first possession. And Ugochukwu is going to look for... He's looking for Kohler inside. He's throwing it to Cooper. And Fears flips it to Kohler, who cannot catch it. And it goes out of bounds. So I realized that feed is a little bit ahead of where we're at, so we're going to switch to the ESPN feed here. And this one is also ahead, so... Well, we're just going to have to live with it. And a Adai Mara from close range gives Michigan the early lead. Burnett is matched up on Cohen Carr so far, so we're interesting to see how that matchup will progress. They are really sagging off of Fears so far. Ugochukwu, the alley-oop to Cooper, who slams it home, and we are tied at 2. Got Cadeau, now Johnson, now Burnett drives baseline, and they get Ugochukwu with the blocking foul. All right, so these feeds are ahead, so we're going to have to fix this. See if Michigan can convert here. It's Mara on Cooper. Mara, hook shot is blocked by Cooper. Let's see if Michigan State can get something in transition here. Fears looking to get it inside. Carr's going to take a 3. No good. But an offensive rebound by Fierce. He's going to take a 3. No good. And Mara brings it down for the Wolverines. Cadeau bringing it forward. Cadeau slicing and dicing around Fears, and the layup is good. Michigan with the 4-2 lead. And Cooper now dribbles through Mara, and he is fouled. So we'll see who they'll get with this one. Was it Burnett on the reach, or was it Mara on the hip check? This would be Mara's second. And they're showing the replay here of Cadeau just taking Jeremy Fears down to the block and flipping it over his shoulder for the deuce. And that is going to be Mara's second. They're taking him out of the game. So a big development here early in East Lansing. See if Michigan State can take advantage of Michigan's main block threat no longer in the game. Roddy Gale will check in. They're going to go right to it. Kohler on Merez in the post. Kohler, couple dribbles and a fadeaway. That is no good. Rebound by Yaxel. Cadeau has Ugochukwu on him. To Yaxel for 3. It's good. Wolverines take a 7-2 lead. See if Michigan State can respond here. They throw it to Kohler underneath. Cohen Carr with the drive gets it poked free. Turnover for the Spartans. Cadeau bringing it in transition. Weaving Cadeau. Burnett looked like he was going to take the shot, but he flips it out to Lendenborg. And Yaxel spins on Carr, but it's blocked. But he cannot keep it from going out of bounds. Great play there by Cohen Carr. Looks like Yaxel turned him. Looked like he was going to have a layup. But Cohen Carr uses his athleticism to get back in this play. And he nearly got over there to save it from going out of bounds, too. So an impressive play there by Cohen Carr. He's had quite a last 3 games. 14 points, 71% from the field. Added 6 rebounds as well. Nizzo is not happy about something here. And Cadeau throws it into Lendenborg. Yaxel one-on-one with Cooper. Yaxel gives it up. Now Cadeau. Now Merez. Now Gale. Gale flips it up to Merez. No good. Fears driving the other way. Fears tries to thread the needle, but it's knocked out of bounds by Merez Johnson. So that will be the under 16 timeout. I'll try and get this feed locked up a little bit more with real time. But Michigan out to a quick start. Wolverines up 7-2. All right, we're back from break here. It's just going to have to be a live thing that I edit here. But Michigan leads Michigan State 7-2 early in this one. A nice start by the Wolverines on the defensive end, too. Michigan State not getting to their spots as well as one would think. Michigan State had a few favorable matchups down low, but they were not able to convert. And despite Adaimara going out with 2 fouls, Michigan's defense has been pretty stellar so far. So Michigan State will have it underneath, see what they can come up with here. And it looks like they're going to get Kurd Tang involved here, and then Michigan switching the screen a little bit here, Fears. Now Cooper's going to take an elbow jumper, no good. Rebound by Roddy Gale. So a nice stop there by the Wolverines. They're going to look for Cadeau here in transition. Lendenborg gets the high ball screen. Now Cadeau. Now back to Yaxel. Yaxel has Carr on him. He's going to shoot the three. It's short. Rebound by Merez. Merez fires it up. No good. Yaxel gets the rebound. Kaysen from the corner. That's no good, but Yaxel gets the rebound again. So a couple possessions here. A couple shots here this possession for Michigan. They're going to go back to Cadeau here. Cadeau's going to take a three, and it's good. Michigan takes a 10-7 lead. A 10-2 lead. So a nice start here by Michigan. Fears now. Gets the pass knocked, but he doesn't let it out of bounds. Kohler keeps it in. Now Fears. Fears kicks it to Kohler. Three-pointer from the corner. It's good. Much needed basket there by Michigan State. And Kaysen's going to run down. He's going to flip it to Yaxel, who's blocked. And it looks like they're going to get Michigan State with the foul there. See who they get it on. It's going to be on Carson Cooper. That is his first. And the team's second. So that'll be 2 shots for Yaxel Lendenborg, the UAB transfer. And the first one is no good. Lendenborg 84.6% on the season coming into this one. So an uncharacteristic miss there for the senior. And Yaxel taking his time on this second one. And it's good. So Michigan extends their lead to 11-5. Looks like Michigan is going to install a little bit of a full court press here. A little bit of a 1-2-2, some token pressure, and Fears is just going to throw it right over it. So no problems getting it across there. Now Ward with the drive and the kick to Kohler from the corner. The three is airballed, but they're going to call a loose ball foul on Michigan. So a lucky break there by Michigan State. Mara is back into the game, and they did get Burnett with that other foul. So just 1 foul for Adai Mara, not 2. They're going to get that one, though, on LJ Kaysen. That is his first, the team's third. So Kohler now trying to back down Mara. He wants Fears to come and get it here. Now Fears slicing and dicing through the paint. And the pass to Tang is blocked. Now Kohler, now Fears for 3. Short. No good. Rebound by Lendenborg. Michigan in transition here. Cadeau fires it right through the hands of LJ Kaysen. So a Michigan turnover. And it's their second. Looked like an accurate pass there by Cadeau. Just a little bit too much heat on that one. And Trey McKinney will enter the ball game for Michigan. They're going to go back to this 1-2-2 here. 1-2-1-1. Kohler is going to get it across. Now Tang from the corner of the contested 3 is no good. But Kohler gets the rebound underneath. It's blocked by Mara. And Gale will look to push it in transition for Michigan. Lendenborg looking for Mara inside on Kohler. Mara flips to his left hand off the window. It's good. Adai Mara from close range. And Michigan extends their lead to 13-5. And now they're going to call an offensive foul on Michigan State. So this is going to be going back the other way. So a tough break there by... they're actually going to call it on Kim Ward. So a turnover there by Michigan State and a really clunky start to the game for the Spartans. And now Mara's going to get it on the block here. Guarded by McCulloch. Mara flips it up, no good. And a nice rebound there by Michigan State. Fears look to push it in transition. Ward, free throw line jumper, no good. And a nice rebound there by Roddy Gale. Back and forth we go here in East Lansing. Michigan State, 2 of their first 10 from the field. Roddy Gale hits Fears on a back cut and falls, and they're going to call the foul on Fears, I believe. So a tough break there by Michigan State. Gale looks like he starts to lose his footing here. And let's see if Fears... Ew. That is a tough foul for Fears. And Izzo is letting the refs hear it about that one. You can understand why. And that is Michigan State's 4th foul. Carson Cooper is going to come back in. And Michigan flips it into Roddy Gale. Middle ball screen with Mara. Now it's McKinney on the wing trying to drive. And pass is knocked out of bounds by Ugochukwu, so it'll stay down with Michigan. See what they try and do here with a couple of their go-to options on offense not on the floor. He gets it to Mara underneath, who's got position. He flips it up and in. So an easy conversion there by Adai Mara, and Michigan has opened a double-digit lead. See how Michigan State can respond here. It's McCulloch, a 3-ball from the corner. It's no good. Scott saves it, but then he throws it away, and it's going to be out of bounds. Michigan ball. So some really solid energy on the loose balls for Michigan so far. Tough break there by Michigan State. It's a nice save by Scott here. He flips it to Cohen Carr, but Cohen Carr cannot corral the pass, and then it sort of falls out of bounds here. He very easily could have been called for a foul there. He did sort of take out McKinney's legs, but he didn't. And it's 15-5 Michigan. Kaysen now. Kaysen on the drive, kicks it to Shetter, who are looking for Mara inside. Now it's tipped to McKinney for 3. It's no good. Rebounded by Scott. Ugochukwu will bring it the other way for Michigan State. Ugochukwu gets into the paint and turns it back around at the free throw line. And McCulloch loses it out of bounds. And this is another turnover for Michigan State. So Michigan with some serious defensive intensity so far. And it's Michigan 15, Michigan State 5 at the under 12 in the first half. And we are back here in our Michigan versus Michigan State live commentary at the under 12 media timeout of the first half. It's been all Wolverines. Adai Mara having a lot of success inside. And then on the defensive end, also, he's deterred a lot of shots inside the paint. And it's Michigan here who are controlling the ball with a chance to extend their lead. Mara 3 for 5 from the field so far. Now it's Yaxel Lindenborg who's looking to take Cohen Carr here. Now he's going to flip it down low to Mara, guarded by Kohler. Let's see if they bring another double here. They do, and Mara turns it over. So well done on a changeup there for Tom Izzo, and now Jeremy Fears is fouled in transition. So a good stretch of play there by the Spartans. You simply just cannot allow Mara to just go one on one. So they threw a little changeup at him, and he was unable to pass out of it. So we'll see if they can convert on the other end. Fears gets it to Kohler. Now they're looking for Cooper inside. They can't get it to him. Now Carr and Kohler. And now back to Fears. Michigan's really has some great defensive intensity so far. Now Fears slicing through the paint, and it's good off the window. So the first points for Michigan State in a while, and they're within 8. So McKinney from the wing for 3. It's pure. Trey McKinney, just a little bit too much. Michigan State sitting in a little bit too much help defense, and they get burned. Trey McKinney from downtown. Now the entry pass to Cooper is knocked out of bounds by Merez. Now they're showing this middle ball screen for Jeremy Fears. That is him at his best when he can get going downhill, and very few can stay in front of him. Now at the other end here, Jackson Kohler, not necessarily falling asleep here. I just think that they're in, they have pretty strong help defense principles, and he gets caught a little bit too far away from McKinney, and he hits the 3. Now Carr, inside, flips it up, no good. Michigan the rebound, pushing in transition. It's McKinney, and they're going to call an offensive foul on Will Shetter here. Yeah, he does sort of try and block the defender right in front of McKinney, and he was nowhere near being set. So another turnover here by the Wolverines. Yeah, so you see Shetter does slow down here, looks for Fears, and then knocks him over. So a pretty good call there. Now we'll see if Michigan State can convert. Now Cooper has it. Now Ugachukwu has it. And they're going to get Cooper for a moving screen. So another turnover. Izzo does not like that one. Let's see what happens here. Cooper, is he moving? Yeah. And not only is he moving, but he sticks his arms out and he grabs Cadeau on the way through. So that is definitely a moving screen. And Michigan is really going underneath a lot of these screens. They're going to let Michigan State take shots from distance here as now McKinney gets run over, and it's Ugachukwu with the foul. So a lot of fouls, a lot of turnovers here. And now Izzo is really getting after the referees for this one. You have to sense maybe a little bit of a change in urgency here, and a technical foul might be coming soon. He can sense that his team is not quite sharp enough so far. So Michigan will take it out of bounds here with Cadeau. And Cadeau slicing and dicing. Cadeau flips it up, no good, and Yaxel knocks it out of bounds. So we'll go back to Michigan State. Izzo still talking to the nearest referee about that call. And now Fears will bring it forward for the Spartans. They're going to try and get it down low to Kohler. Jackson Kohler sliding, flips it to Ward. Shot is no good. Bakar gets the rebound. Tang looking for Kohler inside. So here comes another post up Kohler. The short flip is no good. So clearly the length of Michigan is bothering Michigan State so far. He finds Merez wide open underneath the basket, and it's in for a layup. Michigan extends their lead to 20-7. And Fears driving to the hoop. Flips it up and in and one. Kiddo a little bit behind him. Puts his hand in there to reach. And he cannot stop Jeremy Fears from scoring. And Cadell did put its arm on the ball there, but it was the other arm that was the problem. Yeah, they're showing the missed assignment there in transition for Michigan when Merez laid it in. So now Jeremy Fears to complete the three-point play. It is good after a couple of bounces. So it's Michigan 20, Michigan State 10 here, 8:40 remaining in the first half. And Cadeau brings it forward for the Wolverines. And it's Yaxel one-on-one here on the right side. Backing down Cohen Carr. Yaxel turns, flips over the shoulder. It's no good. Nothing. Pure air ball there. Michigan State looking to push in transition. Fears. Trying to slice and dice. He's got Kohler at the top of the key. Pump fake. Back to Fears. And a really nice job by Michigan here in transition. Fears. Pump fake. And they're not falling for it, but Merez pokes it free. Cadell on the floor, and it's a turnover for Michigan State. Yet again, Cadell from way downtown. It's no good. And down we go with Jeremy Fears here. 7 Michigan State turnovers already. Fears gets it down low to McCulloch, guarded by Mara. Back out to Fears for 3. It's short, misses everything. So an air ball. Michigan leads 20-10 here at the under 8 timeout. Oh, we are back here from commercial. The under 8 timeout in the first half. It's Michigan 20, Michigan State 10 here at the Breslin Center in East Lansing. Michigan State turning over the ball 7 times already. Michigan with 4 of their own. Not the cleanest game so far. See what Michigan can do here. It's Burnett and now Mara and now Cadeau and now Burnett. So a little 3-man action here on the right side. Mara looking to back down McCulloch. Rips it through. Mara flips it up. No good. Scramble situation. It's corralled by Michigan State. And now Jeremy Fears brings it forward. They've got a 5-on-4 if they go quickly. It's Scott for 3. It's good. A big time sequence there for Michigan State. And the is zone. Letting the players hear it. It's Cadeau for 3 to match. No good. Kohler with the rebound. Gets it to Fears, who will look to push. Now Scott from the same spot. Thinks better and pump fakes and gets it back out to Jeremy Fears. Now it's Scott. From the same spot, it's blocked. Mara fires it forward. The pass is on the money to Merez, and he slams it home. So a great play there by Adai Mara to block it, corral it, and then fire a football pass down the court, accurate to his fellow forward, and Merez slams it home. Now Fears on the drive, discards, flips it up and in. Get a little bit of an offensive rhythm here as Michigan leads 22-15. Now it's Burnett and Mara on the left wing here. Now it's Mara down low again. Mara backing down McCulloch. Mara flips it up with his left hand. It's short. Rebound by Michigan State and a loose ball foul on Michigan. Michigan State getting back into this one with a few toughness plays. And that is going to be a foul on Yaxel Lenenborg. That is his first. That is the team's 7th, though. So we're going to see some free throws here for the Spartans. McCulloch does a nice job with the rebound here, and Lenenborg doesn't know too much about this, but you do have to let him land. So that is a foul. So it is a 1-and-1 for McCulloch here. Not the most minutes on the year, just 3 points, 1.5 rebounds a game. He is 91% from the stripe, though. And it is a 1-and-1. And the first free throw is good. Make that 22-16. And the second free throw for the freshman from Ohio is good. Make it 22-17. So Michigan State slowly getting themselves back into this one. As Cadeau will bring it forward for the Wolverines. Now it's Yaxel on the right wing. Looking for Mara. He's not going to throw it in. He's going to throw it back to get Cadeau. Now back to Yaxel. Flips it up and in from close range. So a nice play there by Lenenborg. Now Fears bringing it the other way. We get some pace here. Mid-range from the elbow is short. And a rebound by Mara. Cadeau looking for a high screen there. Mara sort of ghosts it, but Cadeau was not looking for him. Could have been an easy layup there. Now Roddy Gale. Now Yaxel. Mara. Yaxel. Kicks it to Cadeau. Back to Yaxel. Some driving kick, some back down. Yaxel, the contested 2 is no good. Carr with the rebound, and here comes Michigan State. And Fears backs himself right into Mara, who knocks him over, and that's going to be a foul on Mara. Big time veteran play there for Jeremy Fears. Yeah, Mara is not too happy about this. He doesn't know much about it, but Fears gets in the way, and obviously the much bigger Mara takes him down. So Fears to the line for a 1-and-1. And that is Adai Mara's second foul. We'll see if we see him back in this first half. You would think no, unless Michigan State come back and take the lead, perhaps. So now Jeremy Fears to the stripe. As we mentioned before the game, 16 of 17 last game from the line. At Rutgers, he is just a tenth of a percentage point under 90%, and the free throw is good to make it 24 to 18. And now Kohler is going to come back in for Michigan State here. So Jesse McCulloch given some positive minutes there. Probably going to need one or two more of those spurts from him tonight with all the Michigan bigs. Now see if Jeremy Fears can make both this trip. And he does. So Michigan leads 24 to 19 here with 4:50 left in the first. Jeremy Fears is going to exit the game, and he's going to pump up the crowd while doing it. Oh, they get it to Merez here, who is now the 5. Lendenborg and McKenney. Now Merez trying to get it back to Yaxel. Gale. And now Cadeau. Elbow extended triple. It's good. Nothing but net for the North Carolina transfer. And Michigan leads 27 to 19. See how Michigan State can respond without Fears on the floor. It's Ugachukwu. And now Trey Fort. Cohen Carr. Kohler is going to pump fake a triple. Kick it to Cohen Carr. 4-3. No good. Rebound is recovered by Michigan State. Ugachukwu, now Kohler, another pump fake that gets Merez off the ground. He drives it all the way in and dunks it home, but it's going to be a shot clock violation. Basket is no good for Kohler here. So Michigan State, another turnover. Michigan leads this one 27 to 19 at the under 4 in the first half. And we are back here. The last segment before the end of the first half. It's Michigan 27, Michigan State 19. They just showed Detroit Lions head coach Dan Campbell and now Michigan State's new football coach, Pat Fitzgerald. Well, they're showing Kirk Gibson, the two-time World Series champion, with the Michigan State hockey hat on. And now Roddy Gale will bring it forward for Michigan. And the Axel has it. Now Merez. And now Gale looking for this empty side for Merez. He fires it to Lenenborg in the corner. And now McKenney posting up Fort. McKenney, the contested fadeaway, too, is good. So a pretty solid defensive possession there by Michigan State. But good offense is better than good defense. So Michigan extends their lead back out to 10. It's 29-19 Wolverines. So now Fears and just sort of an automatic switching defense here for Michigan. Now they have it with Ward, who gets it back out to Fears. Jeremy Fears driving, slicing and dicing in the paint, and Gale pump fakes and then lands on him and brings him down. So a nice job there by Jeremy Fears to get the foul, and he'll go to the line. It does really seem like at times that Fears and Kohler are the only ones who even want to shoot. And Fears converts on the first one. So now Fears to complete the trip. It is good. So 2 for 2 there from Fears to bring Michigan State back within 8. And now Kaysen will bring it forward for the Wolverines. Gale has it. Looking for Lenenborg on the pick and pop. He's going to take the triple. It's off. No good. Rebound by Ward, but he falls down. So that is going to be a traveling violation on Michigan State. It is another turnover in the book. A little bit of an unfortunate one there. But it is another turnover for Michigan State. So, yeah, Ward does have it, and then he does go to the ground. He also stepped out of bounds, too. So he really could have picked anything there. Now Michigan will have it underneath. Now to Roddy. Gale, Kaysen wide open from the corner. No good. And they're going to get Lenenborg with an over-the-back foul here. He is not happy with that one. He wants a challenge. That is not something that can be challenged there, Yaxel. But let's see here. Yeah. Yeah. Probably a no call there. Lenenborg tried to sell it as if he was the one getting fouled. Definitely not that. But yeah, I mean, Lenenborg did have his arm on his back. You could understand why that was called, but he didn't really ever end up pushing him. So that is going to be a foul on Yaxel. It looks like they're going to go over to the table here and review something. And it's as if there's just nothing in that play. Maybe they're looking for a hook and hold. Yeah, there's maybe that is a hook and hold on Cam Ward, actually. He does have Lenenborg's arm in there, and that's why he sort of flails. He tries to get it free. This could actually be a hook and hold. So the referees are over at the table. They're going to take quite a few looks at this one, most likely. And, unfortunate for Ward here. He's trying to box out, but hook and holds are the rule. If I was listening to the announcers, I would think that they're talking about this being a flagrant one on Michigan State. They're taking their time over here on the monitor. All three of them looking at the monitor at the same time. You don't see that very often. Usually two of them are taking a look, and then somebody else, one of the other ones will come in, the other one will step out. But nope, all three taking a look here. 2:29 remaining in the first half. It is 29-21 Michigan. And, and they're still looking. The referees have left the replay table, and now it looks like they're going to talk about it. It looks like they're having a discussion here. Jeremy Fears is having a discussion with his head coach. And you don't see this very often. They have, they have stopped looking at the replay. They have, and they're just talking about it. Quite the conversation must be going on here. And they're still going. Everybody patiently waiting inside the Breslin Student Events Center at Michigan State. And the poor director for Fox keeps panning between the three same camera angles. Looks like one of them is going to go tell the referee at the table what is happening. And now it looks like the coaches are going to get an explanation. Oh, nope, he's still talking to Gus and Raph at the table. And it looks like it will be a hook and hold on Michigan State. So Yaxel Lindenborg, after all that, looks like it appeared to be what it looked like all along. Yaxel Lindenborg will be going to the stripe for a free throw here. He is 2 for 7 on the day, 6 points, 5 rebounds. So Lindenborg, the first free throw is good. And Lindenborg takes a deep breath. And he converts the second one. So Lindenborg makes both of his free throws for the hook and hold, and it will be Michigan ball here underneath. So what appeared to be the right call there, a tough blow for Michigan State. Hook and holds are definitely not the most fair rule, but it is what it is. Now Michigan will have it underneath. Lindenborg is up and in, plus the foul. What a turn of events here for Yaxel Lindenborg in Michigan. He sort of slips the screen. It looks like he's going to be the screener in this out-of-bounds play, but McCulloch loses him. He flips it to him under the basket, and he goes through the contact up and in. So Lindenborg back at the free throw line where he was just about a second of game time ago, and he makes this one too. So Michigan extending their lead out to 34-21 here in the first half as we are under 3 minutes before the break. So now Kohler has Roddy Gale on him. This is a good matchup for Michigan State, but it's blocked by Merez. Michigan going in transition here. Lindenborg getting the ball back. Lindenborg loses it, but Kaysen gets it back. Kaysen on the hesitation kicks it to McKinney. A wide open three, nylon. Trey McKinney from downtown, and Michigan extends their lead at 37-21. And Tom Izzo and Michigan State are going to call a timeout. So a big stretch of basketball there for Michigan as they lead 37-21. We'll be back after the short break. So we are back after the short timeout, and Jeremy Fears driving into the hoop, and he is fouled. So Jeremy Fears, when he gets ahead of steam, there's just about he's just about faster than anybody in the country. He did it when he wants to get to the hole. Chances are he's going to do that. But Merez Johnson with the foul, so Fears to the line for two. And the first one is good. So Jeremy Fears is essentially the Michigan State offense at this point. He has got 12 of the 22 points. About half of that is from the free throw line. And Fears is short on the second free throw. Scramble situation, but it's Jackson Kohler with the offensive rebound. And Michigan State corrals it after a little bit of a situation. Kohler backing down on Cheddar, and now it's back out to Fears. Fears probing. Fears gets bumped, and he fires it off of Cheddar and out of bounds. So it'll stay with Michigan State. And the shot clock has gone off here. And the shot clock says 0. Michigan State still do have the ball. Michigan State, one of their last 11 from the field. Michigan's length clearly causing some problems for Michigan State, who do want to operate primarily in the paint. Looks like they have 0.6 here. They're going to throw it up, and it's Merez, and it's a scramble situation, but that's not going to matter because it's a shot clock violation. So another turnover for Michigan State here. If you're tired of me saying it, I am too. The 11th turnover of the first half for Michigan State here. And Michigan lead 37-22 with 1:28 here remaining in the first half. Michigan State really struggling offensively in this one, just 6 of 24 from the field. And now Michigan down the other end. See if they can convert. It's McKinney. It's Lendenborg in the corner. He's got Kohler on him. He's looking for Merez, and now he's clearing out. Yaxel in the post kicks it to Gale. Roddy Gale probing. Gale driving. Gale pump fake, flips it up and in. Roddy Gale converts from close range, and Michigan extend their lead back out to 17. Here comes Jeremy Fears the other way. Kohler from the top of the key for 3. No good. Rebound by Kaysen, who flips it up to Lendenborg, who is hacked by Jeremy Fears. And this might be more than just a foul. The referee did signal that it's going to be an intentional foul. And obviously, of course, they're going to look at this. But at the very minimum, Lendenborg will be going to the line for 2. And yet Jeremy Fears here does not go. He does slap pretty violently. I think arguments can be made either way here. That's what Fears is mouthing there. I went for the ball. Maybe with another word in between there. But it was a violent sort of swipe. I think the argument can be made that he went for the ball here. He was nowhere near the ball because Lendenborg had moved it sort of away from his right arm. And they're going to look to see if this is something more. I do not think that this will be elevated. I think this is just a hard foul. It is Fears' second foul. Yeah, it looks like a quick review here for the referees. Oh, nope, never mind. Another ref is heading over to there to the table. And it looks like this is going to be elevated from a common foul. So Lendenborg will be going to the line for 2, and then it will be Michigan ball out of bounds. So a chance to get this to potentially 20 at the end of the first 20 minutes. Lendenborg down there by himself. The first free throw is up and good. And the second free throw from the UAB transfer is short. So no good there from Yaxel. 1 for 2. And it will be Michigan ball here. Underneath. Despite Adayamara being out of the game here for the last couple minutes with 4 fouls, it's still been very, very tough offensively for Michigan State. McKinney flips it up near the rim, no good, and Michigan State can get out in transition. Scott to Carr. Lift off. Carr tries to go for the dunk, but he is fouled by Merez Johnson. So Merez going to make Cohen Carr earn it and saved himself from potentially a highlight dunk here by Carr. Yeah, it's pretty good defense. Well, it's not pretty good defense. It is a foul, but he wasn't going to get that ball through there. So a nice job there by Merez Johnson. And Cohen Carr will have a chance to cut into this lead for Michigan. Well, yeah, cut into the Michigan lead for Michigan State. And the first free throw from Carr is good. And Merez Johnson will go to the bench with 2 fouls. So Michigan, both of their bigs are at 2 fouls. Lindenborg and Cheddar can certainly manage, at least for the last 36 seconds here. And maybe even for a few minutes in the second half. And Carr makes the second. So Cohen Carr goes 2 for 2, and Michigan leads 40-24. Here with under 30 seconds, let's see if Michigan calls their use it or lose it timeout, or looks like they're going to hold. Not hold for one. There's about 6 seconds in between the game and the shot clock, but they're going to run it all the way down. It's Cadeau and Lindenborg here in a little bit of a Spain action. Now Roddy Gale drives baseline, fires it over to Trey McKinney. Will Cheddar pump fakes, and he shoots the 3 and gets fouled. So a nice play there by Will Cheddar, and he's going to earn himself some free throws. His foot may have been on the line. This may have been a 2. They're going to look at it. Nice ball movement by Michigan here. Yeah, so he does put his foot on the line. So this will be 2 shots for Cheddar. But he does. Aaron Scott leaves his feet. Well, that's not his name, but Scott leaves his feet, and Cheddar gets him in the air. And it was always going to be a foul after that. Izzo saying that he jumped into him, but it's kind of hard to make that argument when your guy is in the air. Cheddar for the line. It's good. So 7.9 seconds left here for Michigan State to try and get some momentum going into the half. And Cheddar is good on the second free throw. So an 18-point lead for Michigan here, with Michigan State going to be able to throw something up here at the buzzer. But what a great first half from Michigan. And Ogachukwu down the floor here, flips it to Carr, who pump fakes Carr on the drive, and he slams it home. So a nice play there by Michigan State right before the halftime buzzer. It's Michigan 42, Michigan State 26 at the half. That was a statement half for the Wolverines. Michigan State really struggling with their length inside, not able to get any rhythm going offensively. But can never count out Michigan State at the zone. It's Michigan 42, Michigan State 26. We'll be back after the halftime break. All right, we are back. Second half action here at the Breslin Center. Michigan with a statement first half. They lead 42-26 at the break. Just a defensive clinic. They forced a lot of turnovers. They forced a lot of tough shots. And just 7 field goals for the Spartans in the first half. Michigan State 7 of 26 from the field. That's 27%. Michigan on their own 15 for 33, so 45%. Michigan State is +4 in the rebounding department, but -7 in the turnover department. 11 for the Spartans to 4 for Michigan. Lendenborg and Fears have 12 points each, but it's a pretty balanced attack from both teams. Cadeau, McKinney with 8, and Cohen Carr, the second leading scorer for Michigan State, with 4 points. So we are underway in the second half. See if Michigan State has a little bit of a spurt here. It's Scott wide open in the corner for 3. It is no good. Rebound by Namari Burnett, who fires it forward to Merez, but this is picked off by Scott. So an early turnover for Michigan here, and the Spartans will bring it down to the other end. Fears, Cooper, and now Cohen Carr. And Michigan just have no fear of Michigan State shooting a 3. Carr, inside the paint, turns it around, and knocks it in. So an early 2 by Cohen Carr, and Michigan State are within 14. Cadeau, and now Mara. Little pin down for Yaxel. Merez on the slip. Merez gets it picked by Scott. So a turnover by Michigan again. Fears, head down to the basket. Hands it off to Cohen Carr, who slams it home. And Michigan State with the start to the second half that they needed. A couple of stops, a couple of easy buckets. Michigan leads by 12. Burnett looking for Mara. Burnett, fadeaway mid-range, no good. Rebound by Cooper. Fears, going down the other end. Can they beat the set Michigan defense? Fears. Scott in the corner, pump fake. Carr. Kohler in the corner, wants to shoot the 3. No, he doesn't. Fears on the drive. Fears the mid-range from the elbow. It's short, but he is fouled. So Jeremy Fears will be going to the line for 2. You can imagine that some harsh words were said by Tom Izzo in the locker room at halftime. That was not the typical Michigan State way. You would imagine that some of those words were probably yelled pretty loudly, and it seems to be resonating with the players so far. Jeremy Fears to the line for 2. And the first one is good. See if Jeremy Fears can get him within 10. "13 points, 4 assists for Fears so far. And it is good. So Fears with 14. And Michigan State has started off the second half with a 6-0 run. The zone is rocking. Michigan leads 42-32. Cadeau probing to Adai Mara. What a great pass, and the layup is good. It's a little secondary screener action there, and Michigan scores their first basket of the second half. Michigan State's going to look for Cooper here down low, guarded by Mara. Cooper fades away from close range. It rattles in and out, but it's tipped by Kohler, and Cooper with the offensive board. And Fears is going to come and get it here. Fears probing. Fears gets Lendenborg on him. A good matchup. Fears is going to take the 3, but it's blocked. Merez fires it up to Yaxel. Lendenborg throws it down. So Michigan turning that good defense into offense again here in the second half. And Lendenborg with a loud 13th and 14th point of the ball game. And just like that, Michigan is back up 14. Fears on the drive, fires it up to Cooper, who slams it home. So we've got some offense here in the second half. Michigan State isolated Mara there, and now Mara has it underneath. Mara, it's blocked. So good defense there by the Spartans. Fears. Downhill. Fears throws it up to Cohen Carr, who tries to throw it down, but he is fouled. So Michigan State going to the hoop. Pretty clearly trying to get this ball inside and at the rim. They're doing it pretty well so far. But still, that turnover off the blocked shot. It's a 0-foot dunk for Lindenborg. Harder to get an easier shot than that. Now Cohen Carr to the line. And the first free throw is good. Now Roddy Gale coming in for Michigan. Nine points, 5 rebounds for Cohen Carr. And make that 10. So Carr 2 for 2 from the stripe. And it's back down to a 10-point game. That was Lindenborg's second foul. Now Cadeau probing. Cadeau tries to slip it underneath Tamara. It's turned over. Fears going downhill. Fears and one. Lindenborg commits the foul, and Jeremy Fears going to the line for a 3-point play. And Michigan never stopped the ball in transition here. Lindenborg is probably thinking about the alley-oop. He is too late to get back over to Fears, and Fears has a chance for a 3-point play. Fears looked like he was going up to dunk this, but Lindenborg gets over, knocks him, but it still goes in anyway. So Michigan State within 8 here, and a chance to make it 7. Just like that, Jeremy Fears is up to a season average 14 points. And now he's got a chance to get over it from the stripe. The free throw is good. So 15 for Jeremy Fears, and Michigan State is within 7. It has not even taken them to the first media timeout here in the second half to have the halftime deficit. McKinney has it. Now flips it to Mara, who throws it out of bounds. It's Michigan State ball, so the turnover bug coming at the wrong time here for the Wolverines. And Michigan State and the crowd are starting to feel it. So yeah, Gale does save this and throws it off of Fears, but he had taken off from out of bounds. So that is a moot point. And now Michigan State with a chance to cut into this lead even more. Fears probing. Fears flips it up and in. Just like that. It's a 5-point game, a 9-0 run for the Spartans. 5 field goals here in the second half, and just 7 in the entire of the first half. Gale, one-on-one on Carr. Now flips it to Cadeau. Cadeau to Mara underneath, who flips it up. No good. Rebound by Cooper. Michigan State in transition. Fears going downhill. Kicks it to Carr. Wide open in the corner. No good. Merez with the rebound. That would have brought it within 2, but Carr is no good, and now Michigan will go down to the other end. Lindenborg is out with 3 fouls. Who will Michigan go to here? It's McKinney underneath. Throws it up. No good. Cooper cannot control the rebound before it goes out of bounds. But that is the under 16 timeout. Exactly what Tom Izzo and the Spartans wanted. It's Michigan 46, Michigan State 41. We'll be back after a short break. All right, we are back from the first media timeout here of the second half. Michigan State got the response that they wanted. They have found themselves back in a ball game here. It was 42-26 Michigan at halftime, and it's been a 15-4 run to start the second half for Michigan State. It has pretty much been by just taking the ball inside, being strong with it, and making your free throws when they get to the line. Michigan State are 15 of 16 from the line. Fears is 9 for 10. Carr 4 for 4. McCulloch 2 for 2. So Michigan State doing their job on that end. Now let's see what Dusty May drew up for Michigan out of the timeout. It's Merez and Will Cheddar here. Noah Dye, Mara, McKenney at the end of the shot clock. Fadeaway mid-range. It's good. What a big-time shot there by Trey McKenney. And Michigan take a 48-41 lead. And now Cooper has it. Looking for Ugachukwu. Ugachukwu picks up his dribble, looking for Cooper down low. Cooper guarded by Merez. Cooper, spin move, and he loses it out of bounds. So Cooper had Merez spun there, but he was unable to hold on to the ball and lay it in. Now Cadeau brings it forward for the Wolverines. And now Cheddar has it. Merez. And now Cadeau. And this is a moving screen on Merez Johnson. It happens all the time on this dribble handoff action that a ton of teams run. But you see Merez sort of shovels it and then just straight up hip checks Jeremy Fears. That is not even a question. That is a moving screen offensive foul, however you want to call it. Merez Johnson, that's his third foul. He'll go to the bench for Adai Mara. And Jeremy Fears will bring the ball forward for Michigan State. And they get the switch that they want here. Kohler over the top, guarded by Cadeau, and it's goaltending. So count the basket for Jackson Kohler, and Michigan State are within 5. Yep, Michigan State gets the mismatch there. Cadeau really has no chance other than to front. But Kohler gets up the lane enough for that pass to be there, and then Cadeau takes it off the backboard. So count the basket here. Michigan down the other end. You have to think Michigan considers bringing back in Yaxel soon. And Mara is taken down on the screen. This is going to be a foul on Michigan State. We're going to call Jeremy Fears for the foul, so that is his third. That is something to monitor for Michigan State. Not going to imagine him being out for very long. Maybe until the under 12 media timeout, but Michigan State cannot afford for him to be off the floor. Gale on the drive, on the behind the back. Now kicks it out to Cadeau. Roddy Gale on the drive again. Just turns it over. Cooper with the steal. Gachukwu brings it forward for the Spartans. Now it's Tang. Now it's Kohler. Guarded by Mara. Kohler on the block. Kohler. Shimmy. Fade away. It's good. Michigan State within 3. Michigan leads 45-48. As Trey McKenney has it on the left wing for Michigan, guarded by Cohen Carr. McKenney has Mara underneath. Mara flips it up and no good. Mara gets the rebound and is fouled. Believe this will be on the floor. It's going to be on Jackson Kohler. But a really nice job of controlling this first, or forcing a miss here, but unable to get the rebound. And they're showing the replay of a nice turnaround J from Kohler there on the last possession. This will be on the floor for Michigan. They throw it into Lendenborg, so you'd imagine you didn't think he would be out for very long. And he comes in here with 12:50. Now Cadeau is fouled shooting a 3. He tries that rip-through action. Ugachukwu has his hand in the cookie jar, And Cadeau somehow gets a shot up out of that. So this is going to be 3 free throws for the North Carolina transfer. And Izzo is absolutely beside himself that this was not called on the floor. And it will be 3 free throws for Cadeau. Ugachukwu with the foul. Yeah, that is not a shooting foul. He had his arm in there, he ripped through, and he did confuse the referee enough to get the 3 free throws, and he gets the roll in the first one. So a tough break for Michigan State there. And we'll see if Michigan can extend the lead. The second free throw is no good from Cadeau. And Jackson Kohler will check out for Michigan State. So no Kohler or Jeremy Fears on the floor. And Cadeau makes the third one. So 2 for 3 for Elliot Cadeau. And Michigan now lead 50-45. So it is Ugochukwu's third foul here. Fouls starting to pile up for both teams. And now where is Michigan State going to go without probably their 2 best offensive players on the court? Michigan's going to throw a little bit of a change-up zone at them here. And Michigan State has not gotten the ball inside the 3-point line with 10 seconds to go. Here's Ward. Here's Cooper underneath. And it's blocked by Mara. It's Ward. And he is blocked. And he catches the ball while he is laying out of bounds. So it is going to be Michigan ball. Nice change up there by Dusty May. Michigan State does get some good action here. But Cooper gets stuck a little bit too far under the basket on a Mara. And then Kim Ward gets blocked by Mara as well. So a nice defensive possession there for the UCLA transfer. Can Michigan extend their lead on this end? They took the punch from Michigan State. Can they throw one of their own? Cheddar for 3 from downtown. It's way off. And Fears will take it the other way for Michigan State. You knew Fears wouldn't be off the floor for very long either. And Fears is... They're going to call an offensive foul on Carson Cooper here. This is a moving screen. And that'll take us to the under 12 timeout. So we had all Michigan in the first half. Michigan State throws the first punch in the second half. Michigan trying to respond with one of their own. Michigan 50, Michigan State 45 at the under 12. And we are back. The under 12 timeout. It's Michigan 50, Michigan State 45. A turnover by Michigan State right before the break gives Michigan the ball back. It's pretty clear that this game is going to come down to Jeremy Fears and Jackson Kohler against Yaxel Lindenborg and Adai Mara. Those four players have been the biggest impact on the game, and the game will probably end up in their hands. Well, Michigan State has got quite the response here after halftime. Now it's up to Michigan to provide one of their own. They're going to go to Mara in the post, guarded by Cam Ward. And they make him back out of it. McKinney to Cheddar. McKinney again. He's going to shoot a contested triple air ball. But Lenneborg catches it out of bounds. So it is going to be Michigan State basketball. Nice defensive possession there by the Spartans. It's clear that Michigan ran a number of actions trying to get Adai Mara the ball there down on the post, and he got it once, but Cam Ward made him back out of it. Ooh, so Trey McKinney on his way down there. It looks like he does try and pull Scott down with him. So this might be a hook and hold for Michigan here. And this might result in 2 free throws in the ball for Michigan State. He certainly tries to pull him down. Now, whether he does or not, that is what the referees are going to have to decide here. And I think this is probably going to be a flagrant one based on the hook and hold that they called earlier in the game on Ward. And Trey McKinney, not only was he not fouled shooting a 3, but he tries to pull him down here on the way down. And we'll see what they came up with here. The referees are going to come over and explain it to the coaches. And it looks like this is going to be a hook and hold on Trey McKinney. So this is 2 free throws and the ball. For Michigan State, it's going to be Jordan Scott to the line for 2. The first free throw is up and in. Jordan Scott has not taken his eyes off the rim here. Couple dribbles, flip it up again, and it is good again. So Jordan Scott 2 for 2. And it will be Michigan State ball with a chance to tie the game. It has taken them less than half of this second half to erase the 16-point halftime deficit almost in its entirety. Michigan going back to this zone here, trying to keep Michigan State out of the paint. Kohler, Scott from the corner for the tie. No good. Rebound by McKinney, who fires it up to Lindenborg. They're looking for Mara down low. They throw it to him. Ward now. Let's see if Michigan State brings 2. A little bit of a token double. Mara, high steps, flips it up. No good. But the tip in by Lindenborg. So Michigan. Whoops. Clicked the wrong thing there. Michigan extends their lead back out to 5. Michigan State going pretty small here. It's Kohler and Ward at the forward spots here. And Scott on the drive is bumped, flips it up and in. And one for Jordan Scott. And Michigan State back within 3. See who they get that foul with. It's going to be an important call. And it's going to be on Trey McKinney again. So not a reach by Kaysen or Mara. It is on McKinney on the bump. Definitely the right call. And Scott is able to get around him enough and flip it up and in. So Jordan Scott with a little bit of a spark here for Michigan State, and the free throw is good too. So Michigan State within 2 here. 10:42 remaining in the second half. That is the third foul on Trey McKinney. Now Kaysen running the offense for Michigan. Little bit of a horns action here. Lendenborg on and Mara. Cheddar back to Yaxel, and now Mara guarded by Kohler. Mara spinning. Double comes. He's picked up his dribble. He fires it into the backcourt. This is a turnover and a shot clock violation for Michigan. So the Spartans ratcheting up the defensive intensity, and they get themselves a turnover. It seems like Michigan's game plan here is to simply just dump the ball into Mara in the post, and they're not doing enough off the ball to make it hard enough on the Michigan State defense. So good on the Spartans there for getting the turnover. They'll have a chance to tie it or take the lead. And another zone here by Michigan. Fears looking inside. He's trying to get it to Carr, and he hasn't thrown it yet, and we're low on the clock. Fears mid-range. No. Rebound by Gale, and Jordan Scott with the loose ball foul. So a nice job there defensively by Michigan to get the stop, to get the rebound. And now that is a foul on Michigan State. Probably a good one by the Spartans. Would have been a run out, probably a dunk for Michigan. And 5 and 6 fouls on both teams, so we are very close to seeing a lot of free throws here. McKinney, and now Kaysen for 3. From the top of the key, it's no good. Mara can't get the rebound, but Kaysen can. It's another 3, and this one is good. LJ Kaysen from downtown. They fired forward to Carr here. Nearly caught Michigan sleeping, but it is 55-50 Wolverines. Cooper and Fears in a little bit of two-man game here. McKinney behind the screen. Fears from mid-range. It's good. And Jeremy Fears makes the 2 and brings Michigan State back within 3. See what Michigan does here. It's Kaysen wants it from the same spot. He just made it. Wasn't a clean catch. Now it's back to Yaxel. Lendenborg has the one-on-one on Kohler. Lendenborg flips it to McKinney for 3 from the corner. No good. Rebound by Cohen Carr. Here comes Michigan State. Fears slicing and dicing, throws it up, and no good. Mara with the rebound. McKinney looking to push for Michigan. Kaysen on the drive. Loses it. Gets it back. Yaxel. Now Mara. Now Gale. McKinney. And a frantic pace to this one. McKinney for 3. It hits the rim and goes over the backboard out of bounds. Frantic back and forth here that did result in 0 points after the Jeremy Fears mid-range. That seems to be his shot. And it's Michigan 55, Michigan State 52. So it's Fears does go to the bench. It's likely to be a very short break for him with just 8:17 remaining in the second half. You know, the under 8 media timeout is coming soon, so it's Ugachukwu that'll bring the ball forward for Michigan State. Michigan back in this zone. They have Scott in the corner. And now Tang on the right wing. Now Kohler wants the triple from the top of the key. It's good, and we are tied at 55. Jackson Kohler from downtown. Now Gale had a 3 if he wanted it. He didn't take it. But Jackson Kohler from downtown, and we are tied at 55. Yaxel, now Kaysen, now Gale in the corner, and it's a blocking foul on Kerr Tang. So that'll be Michigan State's 6th foul. Michigan with 6. So it's free throws the rest of the way. But Michigan State, Jeremy Fears, Jackson Kohler have come all the way back in this one. We are tied at the under 8 media timeout. And we are back here. Under 8 timeout, we're tied. It's a pass right into a 3. It's no good, but Lendenborg gets a rebound and it's blocked out of bounds. So a breakdown there defensively for Michigan State to let, I believe it was Shetter, shoot the 3 from the corner. But they get away with one there. It's Michigan underneath again. It's to Yaxel and it's turned over. Fears going downhill. Fears steps it and flips it off the board. It's good, and Michigan State have the lead, 57-55. They throw it underneath to Lendenborg, and he is fouled. This will be on the floor, so 2 shots for the Spartans. But Fears going downhill is clearly a problem, and he just sort of waits Cheddar out here as Cheddar runs under the basket, and he flips it up and in off the board. Now on the other end, Axel Lendenborg with a 1-on-1 and a chance to tie the game. And the first free throw is good to pull Michigan within 1. Axel Lendenborg a double-double of his own tonight, 17 points and 10 rebounds. And the second free throw from Yaxel is up and good. So Michigan respond to Michigan State getting the first lead in a while with 2 free throws of their own. So we are tied at 57 here with just over 7 minutes to play in this one. It's Kohler who wants to take the 3. He goes in now. Fears dribble drive. Cooper in the short corner, guarded by Merez. Cooper to Scott. Scott on the drive. It's good. Jordan Scott slices through the Michigan defense and converts from short range to give the Spartans the lead. Cheddar looking for Merez. Nearly turns it over there. Cheddar for 3 and the lead. It's good. Will Cheddar from downtown, and back and forth we go. Just sitting behind the screen. He makes him pay, and Fears doesn't have his dribble, so he has to call timeout here in the backcourt for Michigan State with 21 seconds left on the timer. They will have to get it across in 1 second. After this, they're showing a replay here. Jordan Scott's layup easily could have been an and one, and Jackson Kohler just falling asleep just a little bit behind that screen, which allowed Will Cheddar the room to shoot the 3. So this is the first called timeout of the second half, which means it is immediate timeout. So we'll step aside for a little bit, but it's Michigan 60, Michigan State 59, with just about 7 minutes left in this one. And we're back here with Michigan and Michigan State going down to the wire. Didn't always look like that this was going to happen, but it's Michigan that leads 60 to 59 with 6 minutes and change left. But Michigan State has the ball. Can they flip this lead? Michigan back in this zone by the looks of it. Maybe a little bit of a matchup zone. Probing Fears on Gale. It's Scott from the top of the key for 3. It's no good. And the ball is knocked out of bounds. It will be Michigan ball. So Michigan keeping Michigan State on their toes with this ever-switching defense. Even it looked like in the middle of the possession that they switched two-man. But now it's Michigan ball. 9 turnovers in the second half for Michigan. That is how Michigan State has been able to get back in this one and get in transition. So it's Cadeau and Merez in a little pick and roll. Cadeau shovels it to Merez. He is fouled on the way up. So it'll be 2 free throws from Merez Johnson. And Michigan has a chance to extend their lead. Be a nice shovel here by Cadeau, maybe even a half second too late, or would have been an easier layup, but it is Jackson Kohler, by the looks of it, that did commit the foul underneath. And Merez, the first free throw is up and good. And they did get Jackson Kohler with that foul. So that is just his first of the game. And Merez goes 2 for 2. So Michigan leads 62 to 59. Trey McKinney will go to the bench for Michigan. Fears is back in, or he has been in for Michigan State. Michigan 62, Michigan State 59. It looks like another bit of a zone here, and they're just leaving Cohen Carr open, and he takes it in and is fouled. I'm not sure if that was on purpose or a little bit of a breakdown there by Michigan, but Cohen Carr found himself on the three-point line with nobody on him, so he took it in, and he would have dunked it, but Michigan's defenders got over there in time to put him on the line. So Cohen Carr, 58% on the season. He is 4 for 4 tonight, though, but that is no good off the back iron. And Cohen Carr, to avoid an empty trip here, misses the second one. Rebound is corralled by Yaxel. And now Michigan can bring it forward. Cohen Carr and Michigan State cannot be leaving points at the free throw line if they want to win this one. Cadeau wants the Merez screen. He rejects it. Then he switches sides. Now he throws it over to Yaxel. Guarded by Cohen Carr. Now it's Merez. Guarded by Kohler in the post. Merez. One big dribble. One hop off the glass. It is no good. Rebound by Carr. Fears bringing it forward. Fears. Kohler. Now Carr in the corner. Backing down Lendenborg. Throws it to Kohler in the corner. Guarded by Cadeau. This is a good matchup for Jackson Kohler. He turns and is fouled. So it'll be a foul on Michigan. And it will put Jackson Kohler at the free throw line for 2. And they're showing the replay of the Merez move here. That is a tough move. Almost got it to go. Just bounced around and out. But now we're back to the present. Jackson Kohler at the line for 2. He is 85% on the season. This is his first journey to the line today, and the first one is good. Brings Michigan State within 2. And it's going to be a violation, but Kohler makes it anyway, so it doesn't matter. Kohler goes 2 for 2, and Michigan State are within 1. The zone is on its feet. Can they drag Michigan State across the line here? It's Cadeau probing for Michigan. Cadeau spinning in the paint, flips it up and in. Elliot Cadeau, big time shot for the Wolverines. And now Michigan State brings it down to the other end. They get the switch. Fears on Cheddar. Fears wants this. He throws it up to Cooper, who lays it in. Great little screen and exchange action there for Michigan State. And they're back within one. Michigan 64, Michigan State 63. Cadeau now, middle ball screen, sends it to Merez, who throws it down. Merez Johnson with the thunderous slam, and Michigan back in front by 3. So a little bit of trading baskets here all of a sudden. And Fears probing. Fears attacks. Fears lays it up. No good, but he gets his own rebound. Fears retreats to the three-point line. He's got Cadeau on him. He wants this middle ball screen from Cooper. Fears rejects it. Kohler, 3-ball from the corner. It's no good. Rebounding by Cadeau. And Michigan will walk it up the floor. They get the play call from Dusty May. A little bit of a cross screen here by Cheddar. Cadeau, step back, triple. It's good. Elliot Cadeau from downtown, and Michigan have a 6-point lead. And Tom Izzo is not going to wait for the last media timeout. He is going to call one. Michigan with a little bit of a run here to take a 69-63 lead with just over 3 minutes remaining. We'll be back after the break. All right, we are back. Under 4 media timeout gone. It is Michigan 69, Michigan State 63. The Wolverines were up by 16 at halftime. Michigan State came roaring all the way back, eventually took the lead, but it's Michigan that has had the upper hand of proceedings recently. A couple of Elliott Cadeau big-time shots have stretched this one out a little bit for Michigan. But still a lot of ball to be played. Michigan State will roll the ball up the floor, and Jeremy Fears will have it for the Spartans. Michigan back in this 2-3 zone by the looks of it. Sort of morphs into a matchup. They've got Mara on Fears here. They've got some matchups that they like. Fears taking it in, slicing and dicing, and he is fouled. So it looks like Michigan plays this matchup zone for the first 10 to 15 seconds of the set, and then they sort of switch into a man-to-man at a specific moment. It did not work there, though, as Jeremy Fears was able to get to the hoop. He is 9 for 10 from the line today, 23 points. He's got a chance for points 24 and 25 here. Fears, the first free throw is good. Now Mara is checking out for Michigan. Probably a little bit of an offense-defense with Will Cheddar to potentially stretch the floor. And now Jeremy Fears' second free throw from the line is good. So Fears goes 2 for 2 and pulls Michigan State within 4. 2:45 and counting left in this one. Can Michigan get across the line? Can Michigan State steal one out of nowhere here? Lendenborg on the drive. Lendenborg lays it up and in. Beautiful fake handoff play there. And Yaxel Lendenborg gets Michigan's lead back up to 6. Now Fears is probing, guarded by Cadeau. Now Cooper back to Fears, and he cannot catch it, and he knees the ball out of bounds. So a crucial turnover there for the Spartans. You see a lot, and they're showing the Lendenborg layup here. A lot of teams will run this play. They'll get the ball into the high post, and they'll fake the handoff, and then the forward will drive it from there. That certainly worked for Yaxel there. 20 and 11 for the UAB transfer. Michigan looking to run a little clock here. Yaxel one-on-one on Cohen Carr. They get the screen for Morez. Now it's over to Cadeau. Cadeau, 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Kicks it to Yaxel for 3. No good, but Morez with the rebound. And it goes to Lendenborg. So they're going to take more time off the clock with this one. They're probably going to run this all the way down. Oh, no, they're going to call a timeout. So a pretty good defensive possession there from Michigan State. They're unable to corral the rebound, and Michigan was able to run it down to 1:38 remaining. It's Michigan 71, Michigan State 65. And this is a called timeout, and they have gone to commercial, but I believe it is a shorter timeout, so we'll stay on with you. But Michigan seems like they are a couple of free throws away from getting this job done. They're certainly in the driver's seat. You know, there's been plenty of turnovers in this one, so it would be unfair to rule out Michigan State. But a pretty nice response from Michigan here. They took the punch from Michigan State. Michigan blew the 16-point lead that they worked up to build. But they have responded here, and they have put themselves in a position to pick up this victory. Michigan State have 4 players in double figures. It's Fears with 25, Kohler with 12, Carr and Scott with 10. And then on Michigan's end, it's Lendenborg with 20, Cadeau with 15, and McKinney with 10. We are back. Now it's Cadeau for Michigan. They've got 10 seconds and counting left on the shot clock. Cadeau on the drive, slides it through to Morez Johnson, who lays it in off the glass. Michigan leads by 8. Michigan State needs some offense quick. It's Fears, and it's a 5-switch situation for Michigan here. Fears drives, hangs, throws it up. It's no good. Scramble situation. And Michigan gets it, and they call a timeout. Great hustle there from the Wolverines to not only corral that ball, but to save the possession with a timeout. Elliot Cadeau with some big time shots, a big time pass there to Merez Johnson, and a big time steal on the other end. But Michigan have been the more clinical operation here the last few minutes, especially on the offensive end. Michigan State not converting some easier looks, turning over the ball in situations. Michigan is getting the shot that they want, and that's why they have pulled away a little bit in this one. We've got 109 remaining. Michigan will still have 1-1-1 at the free throw line. Michigan State have 8 team fouls. But after the next foul, it'll be 2 shots all the way. And it is already 2 shots all the way for the Spartans. Elliot Cadeau, 15, 6, and 2. He has taken control of this one in the final moments here. Michigan State certainly have to at least trap here. They probably do have to put Michigan at the line. There's just not enough time left to play this one out. 109 remaining in the second half, 29 in the shot clock. So they could take this down all the way to 40 seconds if they want. Because this is a timeout, Cadeau, the inbounder, will be stuck there. He cannot run the baseline. And they throw it into Lendenborg, who is fouled immediately by Cohen Carr. So 107 remaining. It'll be 1-1 for Yaxel Lendenborg. And he's got a chance to make this a double-digit game again. And this is obviously a big-time rivalry in any sport, but in basketball especially. So we will stick with the stream a little bit after the final whistle to see if there's any extracurriculars after the game goes final. But Lendenborg hits on the first one. And he converts the second one. Michigan 75, Michigan State 65. Michigan State needs some offense here and quick. Fears, Kohler, and they're just running them off the three-point line right now. Kohler, a double clutch 3. It's rebounded by Scott. Now Fears will try a 3, and it's good. So Tom Izzo will use his final timeout here with 52.5 seconds left as Michigan leads this one 75-68. They're certainly going to be fouling almost immediately here. They're showing some highlights from some of this rivalry's great additions over the years. When unranked Michigan, led by Mo Wagner, went into the zone and won by 10. Not quite the same disparity here. You've got number 3 Michigan and number 7 Michigan State. So, Michigan will have it underneath. They will be able to run the baseline this time because of the made basket. And Michigan State looks like they'll be fouling almost immediately. And he tosses it into Perez. They're definitely going to be fouling him. And Scott commits the foul. So still 52 and a half seconds left here. A lot of time. But Michigan State does have to extend this one by making threes and probably getting a turnover or some missed free throws to get this one into the danger zone. Perez Johnson nearly 80% on the season. The former Illinois transfer came over to Michigan for his sophomore year. And this is 2 shots. And the first one is up and in. And the second one here for Perez. It's up and in. So 2 for 2 for Perez Johnson. And Michigan leads by 9 here with 50 seconds left and counting. Fears to the hoop, lays it up, no good. Gale with the rebound, gets it to Cadeau, and Cadeau is fouled. So Fears takes that one to the hoop, unable to convert, and Michigan State has to give another foul. And Dusty May in the bench over there in Michigan is starting to feel it coming. The upcoming schedule for the Wolverines, they'll host Penn State before a road trip to Ohio State and Northwestern. Then they'll host UCLA, and then they'll go to Mackey Arena to play Purdue. So in the age of the Big Ten, where there's a ton of ranked teams, they have 4 games in a row against teams not ranked. For Michigan State, they go to the Barn, then at Illinois, then at Wisconsin. 3 straight road games. You do start to see that a little more with home games and away games bunched a little bit for these teams with all this travel. But going into a 3-game road trip, 2 of which are teams in the tournament after a home loss, definitely not the place that Michigan State wants to be. But Cadeau will be going to the line here. 68% on the season, 2 for 3 today. And it looks like Cohen Carr has an injury that needs to be tended to. Potentially some blood on the jersey there. And he's going to come back in. So now Cadeau from the free throw line for 2. And the first one is good. This game is definitely going to be on the longer side, almost 2.5 hours right now. So certainly with a lot of fouls, a lot of whistles, close game. This can't happen in this day and age with this many media timeouts. Cadeau goes 2 for 2, and Michigan State is up by 11. Michigan is up by 11 here with 44 seconds left and counting. Fears to Kohler, who takes the 3. It's no good. Rebound by Fears. Fears lays it up. It's no good. Fears gets his own rebound, and he is fouled. It looked like Michigan was trying not to give a foul there. But Fears will still get to go to the free throw line. So Fears has a chance to get to 30 points on the game. He is 27 for his last 29 from the free throw line. And that is a commentator's jinx because the first one is no good. And the second one is good from Fears. So 29 on the day for the Michigan point guard. And Lenneborg nearly turns it over, and he does turn it over. He stepped out of bounds. So still 31 and a half seconds left here. A lot of actual time has gone without a lot of game clock here. And Lenneborg does... And they said he stepped on the line there. That looked awfully close. Wasn't entirely sure that... Oh, and now it looks like maybe Michigan... Maybe Lenneborg was called for a foul here because he's at the free throw line. Izzo not happy about that. And what is going on here? It is Lenneborg at the free throw line by himself. So potentially a technical foul has been issued to somebody on the Spartans. The first free throw is good to make it 80-69, and the second one is good to make it 81-69. And this was a technical foul given to Tom Izzo and Michigan State. So I did say that I thought one was coming earlier in the game, but at this point it is really not all that important in the grand scheme of things. Michigan is going to get a big-time Quad 1A road game win here. And now Lenneborg does get the 2 free throws that he was for the foul that was called on him. So he makes it 82-69, and Michigan is starting to celebrate it now. 83-69, 30 seconds remaining. And it looks like there's going to be another timeout called here. This is getting a little bit silly, to be honest with you. 14-point game. It has taken probably 10 minutes to take 1 minute of game time here with all these timeouts and all these fouls. It's annoying, but we will stay until the final whistle. Over 2.5 hours now. Michigan leads Michigan State 83-69 at the Izzone. Michigan is going to improve to 20-1 on the season and 10-1 in the league, while Michigan State will fall to 19-3 and 9-2. So the upcoming game between Nebraska and Illinois, which is Sunday at 4 o'clock. The winner of that one will join Michigan at the top of the Big Ten, and the loser of that one will join Michigan State in a tie for third. Michigan has beaten Nebraska already. They have not played Illinois yet. So for tie-breaking purposes, they would be ahead of Nebraska if they win. Ugochukwu goes to the hoop, and he is blocked. And it's out of bounds. It'll stay with Michigan State here. 18 seconds remaining, and Michigan is going to win this game. Ugochukwu is going to take a 3, no good. Lenneborg knocks it out of bounds, so it's still Michigan State ball here. What a crazy up and down game this was. We had Michigan jumping out to that huge lead, Michigan State coming all the way back and taking the lead, but Michigan finishing down the stretch as Fears lays it in and gets over the 30-point mark. And with just 9 seconds left, Tom Izzo will call off the Dogs. Michigan wins this one 83-71 in yet another chapter of this historic rivalry. Dusty May and the Wolverines leave East Lansing with a victory. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to this stream. It's probably something that I'll do more, especially for these big standalone games as we get into, February here. And we will, we'll do them for some of the bigger games. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.